Hi, I'm Lily from Cultlike, and today I'm going to be sharing with you 7 of the best business lessons we've learnt from Netflix. Netflix is a millennial mascot, originally a video rental service. Think of it as Blockbuster's little laid-back cousin. With a library of approximately 1,000 DVDs, rentals would cost around $4 and plus a $2 postage fee. The terms were simple. You would order via the Netflix website, receive your DVD, and then post it back when you were finished. By 1998, customers were offered a subscription service. Little did they know these were the building blocks for the empire that Netflix is known for today. Fast forward to 2016, and Netflix has rolled out to 190 countries, saying goodbye to rentals and becoming a purely online streaming service, with a subscriber base of nearly over 180 million. Netflix was nominated for a measly 160 Emmy Awards this year alone. So what can we take from this? What can we do that Blockbuster didn't? These are our lessons we have learnt from Netflix and how you can apply them to your own career or business. The first lesson is simple. The customer is always right. If you've ever had a job, this saying probably haunts you. It's drilled into us from day dot. It's become outdated, boring, and even a lot of the time wrong. But not at Netflix. If anything, they have totally revolutionized the term "the customer is always right," creating a platform built off the back of customers' wants and needs. Netflix has been able to implement systems and analytics to gather data on their customers, allowing them to keep up with the supply and demand without straying from their core values. They adapt quickly to customers' habits and deliver content accordingly. So the first tip I have for you today is to be constantly collecting feedback. You probably don't have the budget of Netflix, but you can still collect feedback from your customers. Use online surveys and let your customers tell you exactly what they want. You can then use your findings to help launch campaigns, products, or even just better market your brand's identity. SurveyMonkey is a great place to start. Netflix makes going viral look easy. The casual and funny tone of voice that has been established via Netflix's social media accounts, Twitter in particular, have allowed for fans to build a relationship with the brand. So our tip here is to give your brand its own personality. Using graphics and images that truly encapsulate your company will allow for your audience to bond with you. Canva is an easy-to-use content creation platform that has hundreds of templates you can use to alter your style. The Harvard Business Review referred to Netflix as reinventing HR. This brings us to our third lesson, the Sunshine Policy. Netflix focuses on the talent and leadership in their employees, allowing them to make their own decision and take credit for their own mistakes, instead of a regimented protocol that bans employees from stepping outside of the box. Netflix has been celebrated for their willingness to grow with their employees. Take this for example. When Yasmin Dorman released a social media campaign for the upcoming series of Black Mirror, she was not expecting the backlash she was met with. Being reported by the media as a creepy marketing stunt, Yasmin and the rest of Netflix spent the next few weeks on high alert, releasing memos and apologising. A few short months later, Yasmin was promoted to senior marketing manager and went on to become the head of her department. How is this possible? How do you go from being described as creepy to being the director of marketing? Sunshining your failed bets allows everyone to win. You win because people learn they can trust you to tell the truth and to take responsibility for your actions. The team wins because it learns from the lessons that come out of the project. Our fourth lesson is about tapping into those guilty pleasures. We are all guilty of watching an entire Netflix series in one day. With the ability to skip credits and move straight on to the next episode, it's almost impossible to stop. And this is no accident. We are always left wanting more, wanting an answer. Having an addictive aspect to your product you're producing will have your customers doing anything they can to get their hands on it. But there are 2 main things to remember when creating this binge-worthy content. The first one is quality. To draw in your audience, you need to give them something to look forward to. We are constantly flooded by meaningless content every day. So when creating your content, ensure it's of the highest possible quality. This will capture your audience's attention and help you stand out from the crowd. And secondly, structure. When it comes to structure, Netflix has this down pat. Those cliffhanger endings, always leaving your audience wanting more, is the perfect way to guarantee your audience will be pining for the answers. This is a psychological effect that happens to everyone. So purposely tapping into this will allow for you to connect with your audience intensely. Creating content at a rapid pace is another great lesson learnt from Netflix. In 2018, Netflix spent $13 billion on content for their platform, with 85% of that on originals. But in 2020, those figures are looking more like $17 billion. Although these costs seem enormous, it has allowed for Netflix to revolutionize the entertainment industry and be able to create a backlog of content to see them through the next year, where traditional companies have had to stop production in their tracks. Netflix shoots their original content pretty far in advance to facilitate the ability to drop entire seasons at once. This being said, there are currently 200 projects being worked on. This structure allows for Netflix to take full advantage and dominate the industry in terms of new releases, as films that would usually be released to theatres are now being licensed straight to Netflix. If there's one thing to take from this, it's to have faith in what you're producing. Be prepared to invest and back your product 150%. This kind of mindset helped Netflix evolve tenfold, while traditional entertainment companies were at a standstill. Our sixth lesson is to create a cult-like following. After the release of Tiger King earlier this year, Netflix saw a 15.8 million increase in subscribers. When companies around the world were battling the effects of coronavirus, Netflix thrived. This was due purely to their ability to connect with their customers via social media. Again, showing the world their cult-like following was second to none. We saw our social media being flooded by countdowns, quotes, and memes. We saw mainstream news channels, talk shows raving about controversial scenes. We even watched our favourite celebs endorse this Netflix original and couldn't help but join in ourselves. This concept is essentially free. All it takes is a strong and consistent brand identity, ensuring your tone of voice and the content you're producing is true to you. Building an audience that reflects your brand will follow naturally. You can start by using influencers that resonate with your values. This allows for you to have a face for your brand and show your audience who you associate with. Also, by keeping an eye on Twitter and Instagram to see what's resonating with consumers. Then you can mold it into a format that will coincide with your own style guide. Use platforms like Canva to add your own spin and launch the content to your social media platforms. And simply by embracing your community, having a relationship with your customers will allow for your customers to feel a sense of connection to your brand, not just another number. Creating a closed Facebook group or even just commenting on your followers' Instagram posts is a great first step. Our final lesson is about having a willingness to grow. In 2019, Netflix reported $14.7 billion worth of licensed content and another $9.8 billion of their own original content. Constantly in negotiation with networks and filmmakers, Netflix has built a strong and profitable relationship with the industry professionals around them. Although each licensing agreement differs, Netflix has proven they are not afraid to partner with other companies. You can do this with your own business by maintaining an open mindset when it comes to partnerships and collaborations. This will allow for your brand to evolve and grow. Instead of being afraid of your competitors, try thinking of them as a way to broaden your audience and your capabilities. It is no secret that Netflix has paved the way for not only the entertainment industry, but for all industries alike. These lessons from Netflix are by no means gospel, but they are an exciting insight to the future of business. If you want to see our full guide on how Netflix is dominating, check out the description box below. I'll have a link to our blog as well as some of our top courses on scaling your business in the digital age. I'll see you next week.